All right. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to the course website and blog and show you some of its features. I think it's fairly self-explanatory, so I won't spend too much time on this. But there are a few different areas that you should be aware of. First of all, the home page, which is where you'll automatically be directed when you visit the blog. This is where all of your reading assignments for the class, other information about, let's say, exams, the midterm, things that would normally be on Moodle, all of those things will be here on the home page. So as you can see, I've already moved the readings that I gave you on Moodle and materials and assignments. There's a reminder here about your blog post. And so you'll go here to get your reading assignments, download readings, and know what we're doing in class. Once everyone is signed up for this website, then we'll stop using Moodle and use this instead. Now, of course, the other purpose of this website is for the blog, which is part of your course project. But it's a little bit more than that, because on this website, I am not only giving you specific assignments, but also I'm suggesting some resources that you might want to explore and investigate to deepen your understanding of the course materials. Now, of course, one of the ideas behind this is that you can use these resources when you do your blog assignment, and these are places and they're all listed under these useful and interesting links, and I'll keep adding to those. These are sources where you might find something that you can use for your blog posts. So let's take a look at that for just a moment. These will take you to different websites. For example, this is all about Enki, who we're talking about this week. And you can see there's quite a lot of information, some nice images, but there are lots of other gods here as well. Tiamat, who we'll talk about. So that's one type of a resource. There's another one about creation myths, which is quite interesting. And it has some great animations that show you different creation stories from around the world. And some of them are quite amusing and interesting. And you might be curious to know that different cultures have different types of creation stories.
Was the first being in creation.
So these are the types of resources, the Metropolitan Museum website, that I'll be offering you as additional material. Now, there are a few other links and pages here that are of importance. You'll want to look at this description of the blog. This is, of course, the course project assignment, 20% of your grade. So please read this very carefully. It explains the purposes of the blog and some general guidelines, requirements, and how your grade will be calculated. Now, also up here on the top, you have a tab for the blog assignments. This is for the course project. And every week, I'll give you an assignment. Most of the assignments, as you know, are simple postings where you just post an image a quote from the reading, a link to a website, and that should just take a few minutes. Now, before you do make your first posting, as you can see here, I'm reminding you that you need to make yourself anonymous. You need to create a name for yourself for the purposes of the blog. Now, the last thing that you need to do before you make a post is figure out what your group is, and that's the point of this. Here's a list of the group assignments. You just find your student ID, say this is my student ID, and then I can see that I'm in group 2. Okay. So eventually, when I come to visit this site, I'll be looking at what's happening in my group. Now, of course, there are no posts in my group yet because nobody has posted, but eventually there will be posts, and I'll visit my group and see what's happening there, and these will be the people that I'll be in conversation with. I've tried to keep the groups small so that there's not too much material to read, and that you can form a small community to discuss things amongst yourselves. Now, eventually I will expand these featured posts into a list every week of some posts that you as students have made that I think are particularly interesting. So, and of course, there's nothing to prevent you from looking at other groups and seeing what kind of materials they have. But remember to always post to the group that you're assigned to.